What if I told you that the fate of your entire day, whether you feel calm or chaotic, productive or paralyzed, is being decided before you even pull back the covers and get out of bed? It's not determined by your long-term goals. It's not decided by your level of discipline or the elaborate plans you wrote down the night before. No, it's decided by something much smaller. Something so ordinary and routine that you probably don't even notice it's happening anymore at all. Comes down to the first 5 minutes after you wake up. Think about that for a moment. Before your feet have even touched the cold floor, before you've spoken a single word to your spouse or your children, before you've made one conscious, deliberate decision about how you want your day to go, something has already happened. A habit. It's automatic. It's almost invisible because it's so deeply ingrained in our modern lives. The alarm goes off. You reach for your phone. You're not even fully awake yet. Your eyes are barely open, and your mind is still floating in that soft, quiet space between a dream and the morning light. And yet, your hand already knows exactly what to do. It reaches, it grabs, it taps, you silence the alarm, but you don't put the phone down. Instead, you tell yourself a very simple, very convincing lie. I'll just do a quick check, just 1 minute. I just want to see if I missed anything important while I was sleeping. And that is where the slide begins. That one small decision, which feels so harmless in the dark of your bedroom, quickly expands into something much heavier, because that quick check is never just a check. It becomes 10 minutes, then 20. Before you know it, you've been lying there for half an hour. During that time, something vital is happening inside your head. Your brain is being flooded, but it's not being flooded with your thoughts or your intentions. With the entire world. Emails, notifications, red bubbles, breaking news, social media updates. Each one of those pings carries a tiny piece of someone else's urgency, someone else's expectations, someone else's carefully curated life. And before you've even taken a deep breath or decided who you want to be today, your mind is already full. It's full of noise. It's full of comparison. It's full of pressure. You see an email from work, and your chest tightens just a fraction. It's a reminder of a problem you didn't choose to deal with at 6:30 a.m., but now it's sitting right there in the center of your brain. You see a message that needs a response, maybe not this second, but soon. And now there's a small thread of obligation pulling at your thoughts. You scroll a little further, and you see someone celebrating a milestone, a promotion, a beautiful vacation, a perfect family moment captured in perfect lighting. And without you even realizing it, a quiet, nagging comparison starts to whisper, "Am I doing enough? Am I where I should be at my age?" The scrolling continues. A headline catches your eye, something alarming, something frustrating, something that makes your blood pressure rise. Your emotions are now being yanked in a direction you didn't choose. Your mind is no longer calm. It is reactive. It is scattered. It is already at work, and you haven't even brushed your teeth yet. This is the part we rarely stop to consider. You haven't started your day, but your brain has. And it didn't start with clarity or peace. It started with a reaction to outside forces. When you begin your day this way, you aren't the one in the driver's seat. You are simply responding to what others want, what others expect, and what others are doing. Once your brain enters this reactive state, it's incredibly hard to pull it back. Your attention becomes fragmented. Every notification is a small tug on your sleeve. Every piece of random information is a small shift in your focus. That fragmentation follows you out of the bedroom. You get out of bed, but your mind stays back there in the digital world. You're brushing your teeth while ruminating on that email. You're making coffee while replaying that message in your head. You're getting dressed while carrying a heavy sense of urgency that wasn't even yours to begin with. Slowly, without even realizing why, you start your actual day already feeling tired. Not a physical tiredness that a cup of coffee can fix, but a mental exhaustion. Your brain has already been processing, judging, and reacting for an hour. This is why you feel overwhelmed before the real work even begins. It's not because your life is too hard or your to-do list is too long. It's because your mind started in the wrong place. The starting point matters more than we think, because the way you begin a journey shapes the entire path. If you begin in calm, you'll carry that calm like a shield. If you begin in clarity, you move with purpose. But if you begin in chaos, you carry that chaos into every conversation and every task. The phone isn't the enemy, and technology isn't bad. It's simply a matter of power. When you reach for it first thing, you are giving away the most important part of your day. And when you give away the beginning, you usually end up losing the rest of it. Section 2. The reactive mind and the cost of constant eye input. Let's pull back the curtain and look at what is actually happening inside your head during those early moments. This isn't just about being distracted or losing time. It's about your state, the fundamental condition of your mind. When the day kicks off, when you wake up naturally without immediately diving into a digital whirlpool, your brain moves through a beautiful, gentle transition. It's a slow bridge from sleep to full awareness. Your thoughts come online one by one. Your attention builds gradually. There is space. There is quiet. There is a kind of mental openness that allows you to decide which direction you want to go. But when you grab that phone the moment you open your eyes, You burn that bridge. Instead of waking up into your own life, your own house, and your own mind, you wake up into everyone else's world. And that shift is incredibly powerful because your brain is at its most sensitive in those early minutes. It's impressionable. It's like wet cement. Whatever you expose it to first will leave the deepest mark. If the first thing your mind encounters is urgency, it adopts an urgent tone for the rest of the day. If the first thing it feels is comparison, it views the rest of the day through a lens of not being enough. If it starts with stress, it stays on high alert for stress. You don't choose this consciously. It happens under the hood. Your brain is just trying to make sense of the world. It's trying to prioritize and prepare. But the more inputs you give it, the more emails, headlines, and photos, the more it has to work to process it all. Think about how this sabotages your ability to focus later on. True focus requires stability. It needs a mind that isn't constantly jumping, reacting, or hunting for the next hit of information. But when you train your brain every single morning to hop from an email to a social post to a news clip to a text message, you are literally practicing distraction. You are teaching your brain to crave constant stimulation. You are conditioning it to depend on a high-speed stream of data. So, later in the day, when you sit down to do something that actually matters, something that requires deep, sustained attention, your brain feels restless. It feels uncomfortable in the quiet. It's like a car that's been idling at 100 miles per hour. It doesn't want to slow down. You feel that nagging urge to check your phone again, to open just one more tab, to switch tasks for no reason. It's not a lack of willpower or discipline. It's that you've already programmed your brain that morning to operate in scatter mode. Then, there's the issue of energy. Mental energy is a finite resource. It's like a battery that starts full every morning. When you spend the first hour of your day processing 100 different streams of information, reacting to emotional triggers, and making tiny decisions about what to read or ignore, you are draining that battery. It's like sprinting the first mile of a marathon. You might feel busy and engaged in the moment, but you are burning the very fuel you'll need at 2 p.m. when the real challenges arrive. By the time you get to the work that truly defines your success, you're already running on fumes. You're drained. You're less capable. This is why the habit feels so harmless today but becomes so devastating over a lifetime. The cost doesn't hit you all at once. It accumulates. It builds quietly, day after day, until a scattered, reactive state becomes your default way of existing. You find yourself asking, why can't I finish anything? Why am I always so exhausted? Why does life feel so much harder than it used to? The answer isn't in a new supplement or a better planner. The answer is in those first 5 minutes. It's in those first moments when your brain is most open, most sensitive, and most easily shaped. The shift back to control doesn't require a complex life overhaul. It starts by removing one thing, one automatic, hand-reaching action, and replacing it with a moment of intention. Section 3. Reclaiming your morning and rediscovering CONTRL. Now, let's imagine a completely different way to wake up. It's with the same alarm, with the same bedroom, the same busy life waiting for you. But there is one small, radical change. Your phone is not in your hand. In fact, it's not even within reach. It's across the room, or maybe in the kitchen. You turn off the alarm, and for the first time in years, there is nothing immediately demanding a piece of your soul. No red circles, no messages, no scrolling dot, just silence. At first, I'll be honest, might feel a bit strange, maybe even a little uncomfortable. Your brain is used to that instant hit of dopamine, and it will wonder where its fix is. What if you wait just a minute? Something wonderful happens. Your mind stays calm. It doesn't scatter. It stays right there with you. In the room, you sit up. You take a breath, a real deep breath that you actually feel in your chest. You aren't rushing, you aren't reacting. You are beginning your day from the inside out, rather than the outside in. Let's look at two people, Alex and Ben, to see how this plays out in real life. Alex follows the old routine. He wakes up and immediately grabs the phone. He scrolls for 20 minutes. By the time he actually stands up, his mind is already heavy. He's already worrying about a project, feeling jealous of a friend's vacation, and annoyed by a news story. His body is awake, but his mind is fragmented. He rushes through his shower, feels like he's already behind, and carries that tension into his first meeting. He's playing catch-up before the day has even officially started. Now look at Ben. Ben wakes up, but his phone is in the other room. He can't reach it, so he does something else. He stretches, slowly, letting his muscles wake up naturally. He walks to the kitchen and drinks a glass of water, giving his body the hydration it's been craving all night. He sits down for just 10 minutes. Maybe he writes a few lines in a notebook, or maybe he just watches the birds outside. He sets one simple intention for the day, not a list of 20 chores, but just one thing that truly matters. He might read a few pages of a book that makes him feel grounded and wise. During this time, Ben's mind is organizing itself. It's becoming clear. It's building a foundation of stability. When Ben finally checks his phone an hour later, he is a different man than Alex. He sees the same stressful email. He sees the same news, but his reaction is different. He isn't starting from a place of stress. He's starting from a place of strength. He isn't catching up to the world. He is responding to it on his own terms. That 1 hour difference carries him through the entire day. This is the hidden power of the no-phone first hour. It isn't about being anti-technology or living like a monk. It's about choosing when you engage with the world, instead of letting the world choose for you. Reclaiming that first hour is an act of self-respect. It's a way of saying that your thoughts, your peace, and your direction are more important than someone else's social media post or a non-urgent work request. When you protect that first hour, you protect the quality of your thinking. And when your thoughts are clear, your actions become deliberate. When your actions are deliberate, you stop being a passenger in your own life and start being the pilot. So, I have a small challenge for you. Don't commit to this forever. That feels too big. Just try it for 1 week. Put your phone across the room tonight. When you wake up tomorrow, give yourself that 1 hour. Wake up on your own terms. Think your own thoughts. Listen to the quiet. Pay attention to how you feel, not just in the morning, but at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You might notice something subtle but incredibly powerful. More clarity, more patience, and a sense of control you haven't felt in a long time. Once you feel that difference, you won't want to go back, because you'll realize that your hectic day was never really the problem. The problem was how it started. Take back your morning, and you'll take back your life. One breath at a time.